Hi everyone, welcome to CPHR Saskatchewan. We're going to talk about the CPD requirements, mandatory ethics training, and the online reporting system. I'm Guran. I'm the Professional Standards Manager with CPHR Saskatchewan. So anything designation related I handle, and that includes CPD for the CPHRs. So with our time today, we're going to go through the CPD requirements. Where do I find the information? What's this rolling 3-year period all about? The mandatory ethics course. Where do I find the information on the CPHR website? How does that online reporting system work? And some tips and tricks. So in regards to CPD, on an annual basis, you need a minimum of 10 CPD hours. So that's from January 1st to December 31st. During each 3-year rolling period, you need 60 CPD hours and the mandatory ethics training. The deadline to submit your hours is January 15th. It's recommended to have them entered by December 31st. Then you're done with it and don't have to worry about it. And so that would be for 2023, you would have your hours submitted at the very latest by January 15th of 2024. If you haven't submitted by that time frame, you will get an invoice for a late fee of $50, and then you have 15 days to submit anyway. So get it done by the end of the year, that previous year, 2023, and then you'll be good. There's also an audit, and you'll be notified by March of the following year. So for new CPHRs, and that's new CPHRs that went through the validation of experience process, the VOE process with CPHR Saskatchewan, you don't start entering your CPD hours until the following year. So if you got your designation in 2023, you start entering your CPD hours beginning January 1st, 2024. For those CPHRs that moved from other CPHR associations, or came to us through SHRM, through the mutual agreement, or through HRPA, you start entering your CPD the year that you came to CPHR Saskatchewan. So if you came in 2023, then you start entering your CPD hours for 2023. So the 3-year rolling period, it can be confusing. So I've got a chart here, and I'm going to back it up to those of us who already had our designation as of January 1st, 2019. Our first 3-year rolling period was January 1st, 2019 to December 31st, 2021. And then it keeps rolling. So then we have 2020 to 2022, 2021 to 2023, and so on. So you always have to be mindful which 3-year period you're in. So it doesn't just stop and then you start a brand new 3-year period. It is constantly rolling. So the old year drops off, the new year is added. And that's why we say it's always best to get more than the minimum of the 10 CPD hours per year, because the 10 per year is not going to get you to the 60 over the 3 years. So it's always best to get more than 20 CPD hours per year if you can. We know that work and life get in the way of doing that, but it's just a recommendation. So for those of you who got your designation in 2023, and that's those of you who went through the validation of experience process, your 3-year period is going to start January 1st, 2024 and go to December 31st, 2026. For those of you who got your designation, had your designation with another CPHR association and moved to Saskatchewan or came to us through SHRM or HRPA, you started in 2023. So your first 3-year rolling period is going to be January 1st, 2023 to December 31st, 2025. And you are required during each 3-year rolling period to take an ethics course. So it's a minimum of 3 years, And there's certain ways to enter your ethics course into the online reporting system so we can track it and make sure that you've met that requirement, and I will show you how to do that. CPHR Canada offers a free course, but if there's another course that you've taken elsewhere and it meets that minimum of 3 years, you can use that as well. And so if you're not exactly sure, you can always email me and I can take a look at it from there. So as an example, if you're in your 3-year rolling period, which is the current rolling period that's ending at the end of December, so January 1st, 2021 to December 31st, 2023. So as an example, say I took the course October 17th, 2021. So I have met that requirement of taking the course. So now I go into my next 3-year period of January 1st, 2022 to December 31st, 2024. And so since I took the course in 2021, I need to have the course again by December 31st, 2024. The audit. So 3% of CPD submissions are audited annually. People are randomly selected. I'm sure it doesn't feel random when you get that letter. You're notified by March. So for 2023, you'll be notified by March 1st of 2024, and you have 3 to 4 weeks to submit the documentation with guidelines as to what's required. So anything that you entered for 2023, you would have to provide documentation backing it up, except for one subcategory, which I will show you when we get to the online reporting system. Keep your documentation for 18 months after year end. So for 2023, retain it until June 30th of 2025. So where do you go to find this information? So you go to our website, which is www.cphrsk.ca. Make sure you're signed in, and there you can find the online reporting system. So I am just going to move over to the website. I'm going to turn my camera off. Stop sharing the screen temporarily so I can switch over. Just bear with me here. Okay, so you should be able to see the CPHR Saskatchewan website. So that's www.cphrsk.ca. Make sure you're signed in here because you will need to be when you go to the online reporting system. If you're not, it's going to kick you back to sign on anyways. And for certain things, I'm just going to go over the website quickly. So under Learn and Connect, you'll find different information. So we just had our CPHR conference, and if you attended that both days, you would earn 10 CPD hours. You can go to our learning calendar and you will see what other events that we have going on. There's professional development. And if you're looking to earn CPD hours, you can go under Career Safety, Employment Standards, National Payroll Institute, PD On Demand, WorkSafe Saskatchewan. Now, some of these organizations have free webinars. Some there's a cost involved. So I want to point out for PD On Demand, we have a partnership with CPHR BC and Yukon. So if you click on that, you're going to have to create an account, and they're going to ask you for your member ID. And under Note, if you click on providing your member ID, it will show you how to find that information. But I'm also going to show you here. If you go to my profile, right here, you'll find your member ID. And your member ID is different than your CPHR number, because when you first register for your ethics course, you're also going to need your CPHR number, which you can find down here. So your CPHR Canada number. So again, CPHR Canada number is for the ethics course. The member ID is for the PD on demand. And then there's other resources you can go through at your leisure and take a look. But if you're signed into our website, you'll have access to all the information that you're entitled to. If you're not going to see all the information. And going to CPHR, I am a CPHR, you will go down to continuing professional development. Click on that, and there's a number of different links. So CPD requirements, it will have the information that I'm going over in the webinar. CPD summary of qualifying activities, if you want to see at a glance what the different categories are, you can do that. Just click on it. Open up into another document. And you can scroll through to see where you can potentially get your CPD hours. So there's professional practice, leadership, mentoring, teaching, and facilitation, governance, learning. The majority of you get your CPD under the learning category. So, quick tip for you. Under self-directed learning, you can get a maximum of 5 CPD hours on an annual basis. So, I mean, you can get that from reading HR, business, leadership, books, magazines, articles, listening to podcasts, and you don't need to provide documentation if you are selected for the audit. So 5 CPD hours a year. So that's a maximum of 15 over your 3-year rolling calendar. So out of the minimum of 60 CPD hours, you can get 15 in this subcategory. So that's pretty much a gimme. Strongly recommended that you do that. And then the last category is research and publication, texts, articles, and journals. I don't see a lot of people getting CPD hours under that category. And if you haven't taken the ethics training yet, you'll go to this link. Scroll through, you'll need to register. So you'll start under participant login. It will show you if you've forgotten how to find your CPHR Canada number. The email address that you need to use is the one that's tied to your profile. So if you end up changing that, you will have to let us know at info@cphrsk.ca, because we need to upload that new email address to the system. And then your province, Saskatchewan. And then to begin the registration process, you would click on that link there, and it'll walk you over to that. Some other useful documents, the CPHR competency framework, if you want to review that. The online reporting system, professional practice. I just did a quick template on that, because when you're entering your information, if you're doing it under new projects, you should have all your information gathered before you start entering, because you may have a time delay and it's not going to save your information unless you click on submit. So you may not be ready to do that. It may time out and you potentially could lose that information that you've done. So it's recommended to use this projects template, enter the information, and then copy and paste it over to the online reporting system. Then we've got a list of pre-approved events that we've had that have the CPD hours. And if your event or seminar or conference hasn't been pre-approved, that doesn't mean that you don't get CPD hours. This just automatically means we had a partnership for it, we've approved them for certain hours, and that it's a guarantee. So I'm going to walk you to the online reporting system, so the dark blue box. You'll click on it. It should take you to the dashboard. So here you can see my dashboard. I'm in my 3-year rolling period. So January 1st, 2021 to December 31st, 2023. For those of you that may not be in your 3-year rolling period, it may just show 2022 to 2023, or it may just show 2023. So far, I've entered 144.75 hours for that 3-year rolling period. For 2023, I've entered 56 hours so far. This go round looks like all my hours are under learning. You can also click on the little down arrow and select if you want to look at a certain year during the period that's showing under overall progress. Your hour input history will show you the last 4 entries that you've done, and the date that it shows on this screen is the date in which you entered it, not necessarily the date in which you earned that CPD hours. You can click the Enter Hours button from here. If you wanted, you could click your print your dashboard. And you can also go over to declaration, which I will show you later. So I'm going to start by clicking on Enter Hours, and then later I'm going to come back and show you the View Full History report. So Enter Hours, like I said, you can click from here. You can also do it from your dashboard over here. So go back to here, click Enter Hours. And we're going to start with doing the ethics training. So this go round, we've added another box up top above learning for Enter Ethics training. And it's pretty much entered all of the information except your dates. So we're going to do October 10th, I completed it. October 12th, you do not have to do the ethics course all in one sitting. I'm just going to put best over here so I know I can come back and delete it later. Enter the 3 hours. It says 3 hours under duration, but in order for your hours to be accepted, you have to enter the hours claimed. And there's 2 ways. You can click on Submit and Return to the dashboard, which is what originally pops up when you sign on, or Submit and create another. So I'm going to click on Submit and Return to Dashboard. It's going to say the hours were logged, and then it shows the entry over here. I can click on View. I could edit the entry, and I'm going to do that to a different entry, not this particular one, or I could delete the entry. So let's go back. Let's click on Enter Hours. Let's go on Learning. Let's go to Seminars, Workshops, and Conferences. I'm just going to pick a date here. So let's say I went to a conference on the Wednesday and Thursday of last week. So I'll pick CPHR conference, CPHR Sask, duration. I would enter the hours, but I know that we've assigned 10 CPD hours to it. You'd enter your description, and then I'm going to enter 10. Under duration, though, you would enter your start and end times, subtract any registration times, the breaks, and the meals when claiming your hours. So it's just based on the learning portion. And if I go to submit and return to dashboard, again, it's going to show 10 hours. So let me go back and show you if you need to edit it. So I clicked on that button, it takes me here. I can click edit. I'm just going to put description embed information to edit, so we know. Click update. It's going to show entry updated. And then it pulled over to the main hour input history. So I'm just going to go back to the dashboard and show you how you can also get to that screen. So you would click on view full history. And it'll take you to the screen. So I entered the ethics training here, and at a glance, you can see when I've taken my courses. It will show you too when the declarations were last completed. So 2022 was the last time I completed it. I haven't done my 2023 yet, but I'll show you where you can find that. If you want to look at all the information you've entered, you can select the date range. So I'm not going to go through all 3 years. You could. I'm just going to pick 2023. But change the year. You must click on a day and then click on submit. And then under here, you can see CPD hours for Holly, January 1st, 2023 to December 31st, 2023. So it accepted it. You can hit expand. And you can see everywhere where I've entered information. So all under seminars. Let me see if I've done my self-directed learning yet. And I have. So I'm going to pick, sorry, that must be hard on the eyes, the latest ethics one. And I'm going to delete it out of there. So if you want to edit it, you would click on the I. If you want to delete it, you would click on the X. So I'm going to click on the X. Are you sure? Click on OK. It says entry deleted. And it also took it away from this ethics training section at a glance. If you want to print your report or save it to PDF, you can do that. You would click on the print button. Save as PDF. Or select the printer that you want to use. Now, it's not the prettiest report when it comes out, but it gives you the gist. Another feature that we've added is this download. So if you click on download, and this is what I'll use a lot if members are contacting me to say, you know, this is what I'm showing for my hours, or what are you showing? I actually see the hour input. I can run a report to see the hour input history, and I see these hours. I don't see what your dashboard looks like. And it creates it in a CSV file, so you kind of have to play around with it. Just make the columns wider. So it'll show that my rolling start date was January 1st, 2019. And then it'll show my hours for that 3-year period. So 2021 to 2023. I still have time to enter hours for 2023. But at a glance, it looks like I've met the minimum requirements. So I've got the minimum of 10 in 2023. I also have the minimum more than that 60 for total hours for that 3-year period. We used to have a requirement of 2 categories during a 3-year rolling period. We no longer have that, so you just need the 1 category. I took my ethics course. It'll pull the last one that I took, March 9th, 2022, which is within that 3-year rolling period. And then I still need to declare, and I have got time to do that. So I'm just going to minimize that. If I just wanted to see for 2023 for whatever reason, change the year, click submit, make sure that it accepted it at the top of the screen here, click download. Open it. So it shows in 2023 my 60 hours, total hours, because it's just pulling for the 1 year, same 66 hours, 1 category. Doesn't show my ethics course because I didn't take it in 2023, and then shows where I completed the declaration. So I find this report easy at a glance if you want to see where you're at. In December, we'll be sending out letters, and information is going to look very similar to this. We may hide the category field, and we may hide the email address and whatnot, but it's going to be very similar. And so then you can also pull that same information as you enter your hours. So I'm going to go back to my dashboard. So again, after you've entered your hours, you can do your declaration. You can also access your declaration from the menu. So under the menu, there's the dashboard, CPD Requirements, which is going to take you back over to the website. Leave of absence, which I'll come to, the declaration. So again, it shows when I entered my declaration. I'm not going to click on all these right now and submit, but you would click each of the ticky boxes, and then it'll show you when you actually submitted. If you submit your declaration and then you realize you still have more CPD hours to enter for that year, you can still enter the hours. We can't go back in and undeclare you. So just enter your hours and proceed. Where you can't enter additional hours is after the deadline date, unless you haven't submitted by that deadline date. Then we give you 15 days. But if you realize in March of 2024 that you didn't enter 5 hours from 2023, you cannot go back and enter those hours. So I'm going to click on leave of absence. So it'll take you back to our website, and it'll explain how you can go about requesting a leave of absence. And it's for certain leaves where you can get exemption hours and certain time frames. So we would need documentation from your employer as to the date in which you are starting your leave and approximately when you're ending your leave. You can get a maximum of 30 exemption hours during each 3-year rolling period. And then there's help if you need it. And then I'm going to go back to the dashboard. So again, you're mainly going to be using the enter hours, the declaration, and then your view full history to play around with the reports. So you can use the download, remember to change your start and your end dates. Okay, I'm just going to switch back over. Just bear with me. Okay. So again, if you've got questions regarding CPD leave of absence, the online reporting system, you can email me at hguran@cphrsk.ca. If you've got questions regarding membership, invoices, registering for events, the ethics course, you can email info@cphrsk.ca. Sorry about that. My colleague Anna-Preet Kaur may also respond to some of your CPD questions. So thanks for watching. That's all I've got. Good luck with your CPD and enjoy the rest of your day. Thank you. Bye-bye.